All right, this ought to be fun. How's it going, everyone? Man, it's been quite a while. Let's see how it's going here. Are things happening out there at Best Live TV, Leland Best Live, Leland Best, TikTok somewhere? Who knows? YouTube, all over the place. I'm going to share this link in just a minute with a few other places, just so everybody can find me out there. So I'm just going to take a peek real quick. If you don't know who I am, my name is Leland Best of Best Studios LLC. We might have a slight echo here. Let's see what's going on. I want to make sure, because I may hear myself talking this whole time. There we go. Yeah, it's just coming back in the feed. I don't want it to come back to you guys because I'm feeding out in two directions here. So I'll leave my headphones on for now. It'll make it easier, though I shouldn't need them anymore. Let's see. Just wanted to make sure. All right. So here's the live feed. I am going to leave some links out there so that everybody can find me. For the new website, you'll find the link there. And actually, I'm going to put two of these here. So we've got this one. And we also have the location for a lot of what I'm going to cover tonight as well. Or today, I should say. Which is where you can find the all-in-one concept that we run over at AIO. And so that'll give you guys a couple of places where you can find me during or after the broadcast. If you would like to take part in the conversation that's going on here, there's actually a feed happening on several of these. I'm going to set up some moderation for this and see if we can handle it all at once. But we're going to go shopping today. I'm going to have a little fun. I've been waiting to do this for a while now. So let's see. Hey, we got Alfredo checking it out. Yeah. Just watch the last 5 seconds. That's it. That's it. Did it stop? Did you give up? Let me see. It should still be playing. Let's see how it's somewhere. All right, there it is. I just wanted to make sure it was playing out. So we do have the page up. Looks like we're blasting on all channels. I love it. This is cool. It's been a while. So what I'm going to do is ask anyone that's watching. I'm going to try to leave a follow in the feed, but you're better off to actually head over to, and I'm going to leave that here as well. Just give me a second. I can only show it on one feed. If you guys are really checking out where I'm at, head over to my profile on Facebook, which you can follow with underneath here. And I'm going to leave one last link. This is so if you want to just hang out off social, you can hummer over to the stage where this will play out through Stage 10 TV, who managed to bring me this wonderful platform that allow me to stream as I do. Let me pass off one other link before I'm done here. I want to share this into the New Oaks community because it will have something to do with all right. I'm going to share this over in the New Oaks community. I want to send it to a group. That'll be over here. Oh, it's doing it anyway. Hey, all. Come see what's up. All right. So this is kind of a... I love this. This is what happens when you're a solo producer. All right, so I've got my feeds up. Don't have anything automated, so I'm just watching the feed from where I'm at. You're best off to actually head over there and take a look at the feed coming in from Best Live TV on the stage. That's where, and I'll show you what that looks like. So let's head back over to my screen, which is here. This is Best Studios LLC. If you want to go take a look at the website. If you ever want to make a service request for anything that I'm providing, please take a look here on the service request button. It'll simply take you to the back end. And this is my end, obviously. Let's go to the agency view. Let's go in, for instance. This is where you can actually order all of your services from me. So we'll get to that later. basically, we've reconstructed the website so that people can better find us and better understand what it is that we do over here at Best Studios LLC. And then we're going to get off to shopping. So we have solutions in place that help you modify, automate, and host everything that you need in a turnkey system over here at Best Studios. So we'll be going through that as the day progresses. I'm going to be here for a while, so don't bother missing any of the action. I'm going to be taking you to a lot of different places as we go. So first place I want to venture over to for the folks that I just connected with over at the New Oaks community is New Oaks AI. You guys may have seen me drop one of the Black Friday offerings over on AppSumo. Whoops, I didn't close that right. Here, let's do it this way. There we go. We're going to head over to New Oaks. Okay. So what I want to give you guys a feel for here is probably one of the premier website chatbots that are out here right now. And I was fortunate enough to meet Ray Luan, which if you haven't seen some of the broadcasts that we've been doing on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m., that's basically myself and Ray talking about the trends of AI and what's happening in business with AI and what's happening over at New Oaks AI. Now, back in December of 23, I met with Ray, and for me, basically it's, all right, I was chatting, I see what's going on, Alfredo. If you don't see the feed, you will soon. So basically, when I met Ray, he was just starting out. The app was just hitting the market as an offering on a site that I go to visit quite often, which is known as SaaSzilla. If you don't know what SaaS is, that's simply software as a service, which you do a lot of as you're out here browsing the internet and paying for software. You're usually paying for something on a monthly service. That's really what SaaS is all about. Over here, we've built our own. Sometimes people just don't stop binging. I'm live, dude. Let's do this. I'm live, dude. For how long, he says. He'll figure it out. That's just Alfredo. So from here, I wanted to get everyone over at the community, especially if you guys are watching this, to get a feel for how I develop a brand and how I put together one myself with New Oaks AI. This is the second offering that I'm throwing on the table for Black Friday from those that I know well and those that I use myself. We're looking at, by the time he gets done on Product Hunt, he'll probably hit the #1 spot. Things are going really well over here. He's got a huge deal going on the back end for any of the pro account owners that want to get in on the saving 30% monthly. You can go and get a promo code over at Product Hunt. Just sign in with your Google address and grab it there. I'm not here to make an offering that I'm going to benefit from here. This is really for the sake of Ray. I want Ray to develop some monthly reoccurring revenue over on his product. So what I'm going to show you today mostly is how I took New Oaks AI and built it out to be a system of my own so that I could use it. Basically, what you see on the front end here is the pricing structure, and I'm not going to log in just yet to the system because I want you guys to see how I created my front end for the system, and then you'll get a better understanding of how you can utilize New Oaks to go on a white label platform, even if you'd like, and brand it for yourself. So let's get moving on this real quick, and you guys will get a better understanding. For the folks over at New Oaks AI, if you are a premier account holder, there are some benefits, obviously. So make sure you talk to Ray with regards to that. And again, I'm not here to sell you guys anything, but I am going to touch on the New Oaks AI White Label Intensive that I will be putting out next week for Cyber Monday. We're just putting a wrap on that process right now, and I'll announce that here in the broadcast where you'll be able to see what's going on, but the links won't drop until Monday. So basically, let's get to New Oaks. There are 2 ways to get into New Oaks, and you can go get a free account right now. Just follow the link by going to newoaks.ai. That will get you in to sign up for an account on the platform, and I'll show you how my account functions in just a moment. There are 2 servers, though. If you're in the EU, make sure you go with the EU server login, and if you're here in the United States, go with the global login. So you can simply go with the try it for free. What that's going to do is here it already let me into the account. So if I back out of the account, which I'm going to do here in just a moment, Actually, let's do it like this. I'm going to back out of my account, not sign in. I'm going to sign into a fresh account first, so you guys get a little better feel of how it operates on the front end. So in this case, you have the demo page for New Oaks. The pricing's really responsible for where we're at right now in AI. If you're not familiar with how AI platforms are being sold right now, most of them entitled monthly service fees, along with fees for tokens, which are used out at the respectable, not just GPT by OpenAI, but others like Anthropic and Google, etc., who are applying their LLMs to the public so that people can access them through the API. So this allows people to interface with those platforms in various ways. And on New Oaks, they just happened to announce recently the latest upgrade to the Claude Haiku Edition 3.5 so that we can access that as well for coding interface and stuff like that. So it allows the bot to do a lot more for its user. Basically, one of the free AI tools that's right here on the screen that you can start with right away. And Ray announces himself in broad daylight with all of his contact information on his digital business card. And this was one of the things that we presented to Ray would be a really great idea to bring to the table when it came to developing a bot for a chat widget, which is what this is. And New Oaks AI is right here implemented on its own website. You can go get a full frontal demo, we might say, of the same duplicated interface embedded within a web page. So you have two choices here. You basically have what would be known as the chatbot widget. This also connects to Facebook and Google Voice for calling features that you're going to see in the white label intensive if you're interested. For here, you can see he has for 48 hours only. His deal is actually ending today, according to this announcement. So what you're going to want to do is talk to the chatbot. What's the deal? And you might find that it's going to answer quite well what's happening right now over at Ray's site. So he has coupon codes available. Again, I'm not benefiting from this whatsoever. I'm just letting you know that I use this software myself. I'm going to show you how in just a bit and how I branded it for my particular needs and purposes and how I sell it to the public. So for me, I'm offering you that last chance, really, to get in at a level that not a lot of SaaS developers and owners have an opportunity to do. And that is to own a platform that's white labeled, that they can brand for themselves, have support from a full back-end team of developers along with customer support so that they can manage the accounts with you and help you develop new features as time moves along. So the key benefit here really is to get them at these opportunity spots that happen very rarely. If you recall, there's a website, and we use it quite frequently. We're going to touch on it here shortly. For right now, I'm going to take you over to where you can get the offering that's available right now for New Oaks, and that's over at SaaSzilla. If you're aware of SaaSzilla.co, it's just the way it sounds and spelled, SaaSzilla. And you'll find on the front page of SaaSzilla that they have some great Black Friday deals going on for 2 more days, though this one probably won't last that long just yet. So if you're into building your own SaaS, if you're a developer, if you want to have your own business building bots and brands for people outside of just having them for yourself, you don't just want to pay a small monthly or maybe you want to get a lifetime account, but maybe you want to build bots for people and open accounts and sub accounts and start selling these as a business. That's where you're going to want to head over here. Whoop, let's go publish. Sorry, it almost looked like the same framework. And it may have already gone away. Let's see what's even left on the Black Friday deals. If it's already gone, it's already gone. There it is, New Oaks. You have 2 days to come over here. Starts at $69. Now remember, this is $1,000 value. And the reason I say this is $1,000 value is because it's well more than that. I always over deliver when I bring products to the table, and this is one of those. So you have 2 days, 14 hours to come in and decide which plan stack you want to go with. And when I say that, what you're going to find over here at the New Oaks build for those interested in building a business, again, these are not the tiers you're going to want to get into if you just want to have a chat bot to operate, unless you want to go with something like this, where you'll pay $69. You'll get everything here, which is literally the tier 1 version of the software, which is valued at $1,000. If you look at the valuation on this software at tier 3, it's over $2,500. Well, it's $2,820, I believe, on that one. That's unlimited chatbots. Now, I don't know how many people out there are going to actually utilize unlimited chatbots unless they're selling them. So is this really a level you want to be at? Well, if you consider the chatbots that are out there now, a lot of them charge $19 to $49 a month to be able to get in on board. And I'm going to show you the interior of all of this shortly. It allows for the same one-click multi-source training, the same human handoff, the same lead capture ability and branding removal, so you can put your own on it and make it a white label for yourself. But those features do come at a price. So this gets you the unlimited bots. All right. If you want to come in and have access to webhooks, if you're that kind of developer where you're connecting to backend automations, you're trying to make things happen on the side people don't normally see. You want to get into the conversational voice that's taking place now. That's not a cheap process. So when it comes to the tokens that have to be used to deliver voice back and forth, which now ChatGPT has offered the ability for voice to train voice, which means we don't need to translate into text to speech any longer. It's simply voice being analogged out into a transmitter that allows it to receive that data, get the inflection, and actually respond in kind, so that it's just voice to voice now. This is capabilities available. These are capabilities available over at New Oaks, and I'll get to those shortly. And I do have limited access to that because it is a costly factor that you have to consider if you're going to do this. One of the really cool things about this system is you can bring your own API access keys. If you're not familiar with what that means, OpenAI has the ability for people that are developer types to log into the API or application program interface access that's available on the back end and charges per token access points, where you log in and access the features that are behind the scenes and pull them towards you so that you can use them, or push stuff toward it so that it can manipulate data. When you do that, you're creating an environment so that the bot can build, it can grow, it can learn, all that type of stuff takes place. So when you have your own key, rather than paying people for tokens, which you see a lot of out here on the internet now, where people have to pay for so many millions of tokens a month, or you get so many free, and you realize you're limited by how much you can do with the bot because it runs out over time, especially if a lot of people are using it on the front end. Then before long, you're paying monthly costs on top of what you would normally pay for the bot tokenization that takes place. So from here, not only did we just come to like this really cool digital business card, but the offering is going to allow you to do a lot more than that. That has a small flow builder on the back, or allows you to connect to other flow builders via the API and other webhooks that are capable on the back, and allows you to brand it yourself using simple CNAME logins on your hosting providers so that it points to your domain instead of the New Oaks domain. Show you how that works shortly. So the white label front end add-on is something that you would need in order to brand it for yourself as a business and use it as something that you can continue to brand as that business and sell to other people. Keep in mind that third tier, okay, let me go back one page. This tier is self-employed. This is just or self-deploy, I should say. You can build as many chatbots as you like within your own ecosystem, okay? And you're basically allowing within your own system the ability for people to buy New Oaks AI chatbots, but you're not selling your version or your brand of that chatbot. So this is a perfect business model. You just happen to be a representative for New Oaks AI, or you supply New Oaks AI branded product. It's no different than somebody at a convenience store selling Coke or Pepsi products. You're simply selling cola with a brand on it. So in this case, you're selling a software widget with a brand on it. It's no different. So you have two models to consider there. Are you going to brand the software for yourself, or are you going to just use the software and sell it as is? And the other methodology behind that is, if you don't want to run the bot business at all, simply go over to New Oaks AI, scroll down to the bottom of the page, and you'll find a link to their affiliate program. So if you want to just affiliate and get people to sign up for accounts and make money off of New Oaks by selling New Oaks accounts and then not having to run them at all, you let New Oaks take care of all of the customers. This is another way that you can help both benefit New Oaks AI and provide yourself a little bit of income on the back end, which can be upwards of 20 or 30%. Now, if you're a white label partner, you can also incorporate some revenue sharing with Ray if you're really if you got some finesse and you're a good marketer or you have a sales team, talk to Ray, deal with him. He will help you set up a nice little, New Oaks platform as an ambassador where you can help brand yourself as a New Oaks AI ambassador and sell the product to others. Ray's more than happy to team up with anybody out there that's willing to put in the effort to do so. So that's the key point here. You'll find a lot more about New Oaks with the roadmap, the changelog on what's been happening over at the community, the Discord community. Don't forget that as well. But we do hang out on Tuesday morning at 10 a.m. over in the New Oaks community on Facebook and on YouTube at New Oaks AI, where I broadcast with Ray every Tuesday at 10 a.m. for the New Oaks AI podcast. That's there for people to just come in for a half an hour, hang out and learn some of the new trends in the AI and also a little bit about what's going on with the feature set over here at New Oaks. So we're going to dive in just a minute. That's one of the probably best offerings you're going to get. If you look at the 6 5-star reviews, this is just since it landed again the other day. Again, this is only available for 2 more days. And I guarantee you when this ends, you're not going to see this offer again. This will be a monthly reoccurring revenue model after that. And let me explain. If you're not familiar with monthly recurring revenue or MRR, ARR is another term that's used for annual reoccurring revenue. Ray happened to work with the used car department or the used car sales, I believe, at TikTok for ByteDance and was developing a $200 million ARR for that brand. Now he's built a product that allows him to help you develop MRR or ARR for yourself. And in that process, you want to kind of help out the guy that's building the foundation for your system, okay? What I see all the time is this, and I'm going to show you some examples real quick. I have to do this because a lot of people miss this. Okay, AppSumo.com is another example of where you can find these deals all day long. The reason I send people to AppSumo.com is, one, I'm an affiliate. So if you click on anything for AppSumo, I may earn an income from it. SaaSzilla is not the case. I don't make an income off of any clicks that you do out there. That's just the way I'm operating out there. That's Ray's platform that he's putting his service on. I want him to make money out there for himself. I can make money off the product that I already bought from him. So why should I need to leech any more off of what he's already provided? So 4 more days left out at AppSumo, and I am going to go back to one product before it's gone. If it's even still here, it may already be gone. I offered it up the other day for some people. If you still see Boost Space available on this platform, look at that. It's still there. Okay, I'm going to leave a link right now so you guys can find it because it's going to be gone very soon. Okay, this is Boost Space. If you're at all into AI or automations, this is a platform you're going to want to get your hands on real fast. Okay, and I'm going to tell you why. I have it. I full stacked it. I had to. There was no way I was going to let this get away. It's a $2,500 software package. I already had a tier that I'd purchased way back about a year ago, and I wanted to make sure when this came back that I bought in and grabbed it. Look at this, 203 reviews, 5 stars across the board. There has been, I don't think, a single person that's complained about this platform. And I'll tell you why. The deal here is that Boost Space is built on an OEM version of Make.com. If you don't know what Make is, I can take you over to it real fast. I just went through their entire training program, and you can see that over on our website. I am an advanced certified basic system producer over at Make, which is the way we build a lot of our back-end automations. So what you're going to see here is how we do some of our really cool stuff when it comes to building automations for folks. And I'm just going to bring up one scenario in general. This is a postbot. AIO postbot will be available to the public soon. This is just one version of it. And this is kind of a starter version that we developed where it reads off SS or RSS feeds and then through connections to AI table for record keeping and ChatGPT and Anthropic, it produces content and posts content for Facebook, Instagram, X, LinkedIn, and also we're going to start using 11 Labs for audio recordings that we could put out on Spotify or YouTube. So this is just the beginning of where things are headed when it comes to automations. Now, imagine this, okay? Right now, we currently attach it to things like the AI table database, which is another platform that we use centralized to maintain all of our data. So in this case, AI Table is available. It's another platform. I don't necessarily issue this platform as a propagation. I don't influence this platform in any way, shape, or form. But the idea is, like in this case, we have simply the post bot, and it's a form that people fill out. It allows them to select an audience for their post, as a theme-based post, as goals for the post, the tonality of the post, whatever they're going to do in that regard. And then it syncs to the back end on Make and runs this automation. It basically connects to the tables. It knows where all the data is. It generates summaries, and then it goes and creates posts and images that are generated individually and creatively and, basic. It's unique to each post, and no post will be the same. Boost Space is built on top of Make. And what that means is if you buy a lifetime, which this is for life, this is one price, you're not going to pay $69 a month. You pay $69 for the rest of your life, and then you own the platform. If you need to see it in action, really go take a look at the videos. They just came out with V4, which I can show you shortly in just a moment, but I'm getting off topic of New Oaks. I want you guys to consider, though, the capabilities if you were to connect the two platforms together. Okay, this is where it becomes very beneficial to consider. So I'm just saying, when you go down the tiers and look at the plans here, if you're at all familiar, I have to let a cat in. If you're at all familiar with how Make operates, okay, you can come over to Make and see the difference in cost on 50,000 operations. Right? Just head over here for a minute. I'm just going to stop you guys and let you see what it costs to run a Make account. So I'm going to just go to make.com. I'm going to have to log out of my account, obviously. There we go. And go to pricing. And you'll see here a pro account is $16 a month for 10,000 operations. Let's go to 50,000. Now let's say 40,000. So that's $53 a month. Okay. Let's go to the Teams account and let's go to 40,000 operations. That's $100 a month. Okay. This lets you use more than one member. This is a single individual for individuals, for teams, departments. Okay. Let's go back to that offer. What does it say? One admin, two admins. Oh, look at that. That's two people on the same account. Three admins. So now we have 3 users available on one account. Okay. This one would be $500. And in this case, now mind you, I can get you probably another 10% discount. So follow that link and it may give you the Black Friday discount as well. It should. Okay. And that's linky.to, I call it link, linke.to/boost space. And that'll get you over here. And what you're going to see is the upgraded version, obviously. The top tier 4 is going to give you 5 administrators. That's like 5 people operating on one account or 5 separate accounts running 350,000 operations a month. Okay, that's per month. Go back to Make. That's per month, 40,000 operations per month at $100 a month. So multiply that out times almost 10. At least 8 to get to 350. That's over $800 a month for a service that everyone's using. And I mean everyone. When I say partners, I am a partner. So if you were to go look me up on I think it's CertFi or whatever, CertFi, whatever they call it, or they post my certifications for this, I've gone through all their advanced training for a reason, because I love this platform. And that's why we built things like AIO Postbot. If it weren't for Make and things like AI Table that we also bought on lifetime deals, we wouldn't be able to do this stuff. So let's head over back to New Oaks and give you a better understanding on why that's so important. It's really about white labeling your own branded software and getting to understand if you're going to build anything and you're going to get anywhere, it's going to have that type of content. I'm going to check the feed. It looks like a couple people are saying hi over there. Alfredo's hanging out. He says he's not sure how to use this for my brand and audience. It's not about whether, and again, really, Alfredo, it depends on what you're up to. Do I have something on my face? Looks like in my video there. Checking it out. Yeah. Oh, okay. Just watch the last 5 seconds. That's it. Alfredo, it depends on what you're up to. I have something on my face. Accidentally opened. It's like in my video. Checking it out. Yeah. Okay. Sorry. I just want to get back to, I just want to pause this because I don't need to play it out on this end. All right. So what I'm getting at, hey, how's it going, Preet? I'm glad to see you here. Nazim, buddy, what's going on? Michael, can't wait to get home tonight and binge watch. Love it. Gotta love the support I get around here, guys. I appreciate it. So with regards to what I'm trying to help you guys with here is these deals are only going to be here for a short period of time and they're gone. Will I make something off New Oaks? No. Will I make something off Boost Space? Yes. If because you go to AppSumo, I'm going to benefit from the fact that I'm just sharing it with you. It's not much. I will still be a partner offering this system later. And when I do, it's going to cost more. So I, being partnered with them, will be able to go through their partnering program and offer up what deals they allow me to offer. But as far as what's on the table here now, this is not for Make. This is for Boost Space. They are built on top of Make. So they have purchased for themselves what you might call a white label of Make that they've built underneath. Only they're not hiding the fact that it's Make. They just use it as Make on the back end. The thing with this particular product, if you're using Make already, is you would have to use at least one Boost Space node in order to use it. Let me just run in and show you what I mean by that. So this is Boost Space. I'm just going to log in real quick to AIO Boost is what I call this because it is branded to me. Everything you see here will have my brand on it. Basically, to browse an app flow, I could come in here and take a look in the marketplace, which I'm going to actually be able to provide content to. I'll be building flows for the backend marketplace at Boost Space. And this is where you can find things that help connect apps to other apps. If you're familiar with Zapier, if you're familiar with Pabbly, Make is really much the same thing. It's a back-end no-code builder that allows you to connect various apps to each other so that they function better together. And things like searching for companies on LinkedIn or enriching your data or doing scrapes on companies on LinkedIn or even just syncing up tasks with your database. This is what it's used for. But the difference here with Boost is that you're provided with an interior database, a single source of truth that allows all of your content to come in from one place and then join up and sync in the center before it moves on to the next place. Now, I'm not here to go through Boost Space right at the moment. If you want to check out some of the videos that they've produced already, which are really kind of hilarious, these guys are nerds, Comic-Con all the way. Head over to the Boost Space YouTube channel and you'll be able to see what's going on there as well. But follow that link and you'll be able to see the deal over at AppSumo. So let's get back to New Oaks for all you folks that might be hanging out in the community, because I will end this feed when I'm done here with New Oaks, but I want to make sure that all of you over there fully understand the benefits of getting involved now. If you're into building a business in this marketplace, in AI, in developing bots or any kind of chat widgets or any kind of interface that actually works with the voice concept here as well, collecting lead data or just running a small business, doesn't matter. So let's take a look on a little deeper level of what's going on over here. Try it for free. All you need to do is come over here, decide on what server that you're on. Okay, so if you're EU, make sure you go EU. If you're hanging out globally, hang out globally. I'm going to go in and try and create a quick account. This may show up that it's an existing account. So we're going to see what I can do. I should be able to sign up and get inside. Nope, that one already exists. So I'm going to go ahead and sign in and do a base account. This would be something that would use, let me do this. Let's try this one. I might have changed the password here. I don't even know if I have a password for that one. I might have to go in and delete that account. So what happens when you don't prep your accounts before you go in, right? Yep, that one's got one. So let me do this. I'm just going to sign into my white label account. You guys will get a little better idea what's going on here. So, all right. So these are just probably going to be the first place you end up is right here, where you're going to see no chatbots in the window. It's just going to say my chatbots, my workspace, and the pricing, of course, is going to be the other tab that's up at the top menu. Now, there's a couple of ways to build chatbots, and I'll go through that momentarily, but it's going to be brief because, again, I will be providing a full-on intensive after everybody gets through this Black Friday white label sales deal that's going on with Ray. And when Cyber Monday hits, I'll be providing that as a service that will later increase, obviously, because I have to get it out there. And in order for that to happen, I've got to produce some more content. I'm going to let you guys help me do that by having you come by either a full day's intensive, and I'm talking like 4 hours probably minimum of my time, or a week, an hour at a time for 4 or 5 days. Okay. And that's going to be the intensive that people will pay for. And I'll probably offer that at a full half off discount of around $250 before it goes full evergreen on Monday, which would be the full price of just under $500. So I'm just putting it out there now. That's not a final price. That's just stuff I'm looking at to get the product out. And I'll show you that as we move ahead. So as far as the workspace goes, inside New Oaks AI, you can see here I've got several accounts open for free trials, basic, self-registered, annual, and pro accounts. Now, the reason I have that is because I have a white label account that allows me to set pricing plans for myself that I'm going to provide for individuals. So if I want people to come and follow a payment plan for AIO growth, they're going to go get 5 chatbots with 10 million characters, or however I decide to set this up. So I have the ability here to platform this any way I'd like. And that gives me a lot of power over how I control my endeavors when it comes to selling chatbots. I could make this free if I wanted to for a friend, or build out at least a free offering, customer invited user. I might want to just say, here, just go get yourself a free account, check it out and see what you think. That's what I'm doing here for Ray. Go to newoaks.ai, go check it out. I'm not here to try and make you follow my link. I just want you to go see what's available. When it comes to white labeling, one thing I don't do in my case is use the front end that New Oaks has. Now, Ray offers that, which is really cool. And what that allows you to do is allow people to register their own accounts on the front end, like you saw at the beginning with the login page, or they can actually hide the demo page. Okay, the demo page is just what it is. That's that front end page. Let's head back to New Oaks on this end. So I have 2 pages open. If you look here, okay, this is the New Oaks homepage. And if you brand this for yourself normally as a white label with his homepage, you're going to look just like this, with your brand here, your brand down here, and your chat widget, so that it doesn't look anything outside of the ordinary. It's a white label, very bland interface. It gives you that free and clear. If you notice here, there's nothing noted as New Oaks AI except for here. And this will change as well when you brand it for yourself. Okay. These are just components within the text that can modify as the brands are applied. So, you know, compared to others, they're obviously well below the standard price point, and you're obviously getting a lot more for your money as well. Good demo here on YouTube that was done by one of the individuals that's the ambassador over at New Oaks, and he's been working with back-end automations for quite a while. Go check out his video. So you want to see what it's capable of? This is just an example. If you want to talk to it, go ahead and fire it up. I probably ran off all of my free time on this, but you guys should be able to go and have a conversation with it for 2 minutes, I believe is the limit. Go say hi to Alex and see what she has to say, or Candid, whichever one I have. I think this is Sarah on New Oaks AI. I'll show you where mine is in just a bit. So he's integrated this with a lot of channels: Facebook, WhatsApp, Instagram, Google Voice, and Sheets are also incorporated. And he's added recently WooCommerce and high-level integrations that are going to kind of take New Oaks to another level. So if you're using Go High Level and you're not satisfied with their chat widget, which is costing $100 a month, and it's not doing a lot for its, you know, for what they say it's capable of, you're going to get a lot better benefit here, especially now if you go grab that component off of the lifetime deal and add that to your high-level account. Look at the stars. I mean, nobody has really had issue with the way that these bots are performing. Ray has done such a wonderful job with his team on the back end to make sure that they've trained the front end and the back end to deliver on its content and make sure that it's delivering proper and addressing proper. There's a lot to be said when it comes to the initial RAG that was being developed for that. So you really have to consider where it's been and how it's going. Who else we got? We got Anthony Davis in the house. What's up, dude? Alfredo, still here? Still not sure how to use this for your brand? Well, we'll have to talk, dude. Let's just sit down sometime. Not get chat participation. You don't have to tell me these things, Alfredo. There's always engagement with the chat, but you also have to deliver on the content. If you just sit there and chat with the audience all day, you get nowhere. So I appreciate you being here, though. I really do. If you don't think I'm very aware of what to do with the chat, then, oh my gosh, where have you been? All right, so let's get back inside my chatbots. So this is the AIO secret agent that I've built for the AIO conglomerate that I've been putting together recently. Candid is where you can go to learn anything live streaming, video production, or podcasting, or how to use vMix or OBS. Simply go talk to her. And then there's Ava, my Best AI podcast component, which allows people who are interested in the podcast to get more information about it. So let's just head over to Candid for a minute and see what Candid's capable of. Now, I don't have a voice connected to Candid just yet, but I wanted you guys to see the initial component here is the standard chatbot, which allows me to ask questions like, where do I begin? And it's simple button interface that allows you to connect to the chatbot by asking a question that's been pre-programmed by the developer. So in this case, it gives me an idea of what I need to do to plan out a live stream. Where do I begin? What is live streaming? What equipment do I need? So if I were to ask these simple questions, it's not necessarily pre-programmed to answer in a certain fashion. It's the fact that the AI is capable of answering these questions because it has all the knowledge of the database and the world, honestly, on a string, so it can develop these types of answers in a conversation. So this is just part of the picture. When we add voice to this, then it becomes a whole nother component where it can interface with your users and your customers in real time and answer questions that anyone might have, book appointments, check on orders, get requests for information, have stuff emailed to them or sent SMS texts so that they can follow up on other things and actually gain leads for their business. So from here, we can follow the chat logs and see where someone has had a session conversation and offered up their name, email, phone number, perhaps within the system for an appointment. It can book a direct appointment through any calling widget or directly within the system. And then you have a voice log of any conversation that took place that's been transcribed for you so that you can see what type of voice conversations have taken place with your bot. Now, the really cool part is when we integrate these apps with other apps like Google Voice and Twilio and Facebook, it allows us to have a multi-channel interface so that when people deal with you on SMS, phone calling, which through Google Voice is free, or through your Facebook connections or WhatsApp connections, it's all centrally located and localized so that when conversations start, they can be transferred across all platforms, which is the beauty of having this interface style when it comes to an AI chat widget. Now, we can embed it on the site or make it a full page so that we just simply take this, put it into a post, and people can come and converse with the bot directly on a full screen. So in this case, maybe I need to understand how do I connect the camera to vMix? And because I've trained it in such a way that it will understand from the developer's process, it knows the PDF that was injected into the model to let it know what has to be done. Just like if I were to go to vMix support and ask the question, what do I do to connect the camera to vMix? It already knows. So I can apply any type of training on the back end of this build in New Oaks that allows me then, here, let me close some of these other applications so I don't get out of the way. All right. So what I can do by adding sources directly to the platform is I can add text prompts, I can add website links and crawl those websites and then come down here and decide what content out of the stuff that I've developed and trained the bot on should be used or not. I can simply delete it or go in and edit it in such a way that I can see everything that's being compiled from the website that was scraped. So when I come back up here, I could upload a CSV file. If I have a grid of products that I want to work with, I may want to start with a template. If I want to just crawl any of someone else's site, I could simply grab the site, upload it, and get more data about it and let that be available for Q&A. I can also enter my own Q&A if I wanted to by picking a question of choice and giving it the answer that I want the user to receive. Google Sheets is another way that if you open an example template, you'll see here, Ray is totally transparent on his company info for an example. He uses his own name, email, phone number left out. He finally took that off. I think too many people were calling him. But in the end, he shows exactly what he's doing himself. He calls it build it live or build it public, something like that. And so he always shows people how he's doing things. The chatbot data is very similar in nature. You simply have to get some display data and fixed column data for training the custom model. So if you wanted to add a particular camera, in this case, a model with a certain camera battery or screen size, you could add that in as a product listing that the bot would be capable of identifying in the chat. Same with keyword triggers. Say you want somebody to be able to say, type something in the chat, blah, 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 and see what comes. So let's say in this case, I'm just going to say, type New Oaks. And this is within the Best Live Guide chat. Okay. My answer might be not the best source for info. Try here. And I could just send them over to New Oaks. Okay. And I'm only doing this as an example so that you can see. So I'm adding that keyword. It's already really added in here when I do that. So let me save that. Okay, this one I don't need. Let me save that. And now I'll go back real quick. Let me close a couple of these. All right, so I should have one on Best Live Guide. Let's head over to BestAiTV. And you'll see what I mean. So here's BestAiTV. Here's Best Live Guide. This is the bot itself. Same bot we were just looking at on the back end. Now I want to ask it the simple, well, I'm just going to use the keyword, right? And what was the keyword? New Oaks. So if I use the keyword, look at that. It prompts right back instantly. And that was that fast. I just entered that command in the bot on the back end. But because the code is embedded within the website, it's a direct sync back and forth to New Oaks. It got ahead and dropped the link inside the chat widget so that I can simply come over here. Bam, I'm there. It was that easy. And now I'm directing people from my website to maybe a product that I want to sell, which in this case is New Oaks. What I would have done in that case was I would have put my affiliate link there and maybe covered it or masked it with another program. Or let's do it. Let's go one step further. Let's do this one. Let's add another keyword. I'm going to add another keyword called boost. Okay. And let's do it. I'm going to do, let's see, it says by comma. So I'm going to do boost. I could use more. It's just to separate keywords. Maybe boost space and then maybe boost. I don't know if it's going to make a difference, but then here I'm going to go pick up the best deal on boost space. Oops. Now, okay. And I'm going to put that link that I was mentioning. I already have it in the chat. So here's my link. And again, guys, I am here. So if you have a question, be sure to leave one below. I'll be sure to follow up as soon as I can. It's a little hard to do 3 things at once. So it's going to be link to and then boost space. So what happens now? I save it. Okay, now I've got a new link on the front end. I go back to BestAiTV. Now I told somebody, just go to the website, type the word boost space. You'll get exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, hit boost space. There it is. Pick up on the best deal on boost space now. Link to boost space. Now I could have, this is a covered link. This is a masked link through link to. Bam, look at this. Affiliate link captured. Now I have the cookie for 90 days, or I think it's 30 days from AppSumo, so that anything they buy here in the next 30 days, I should get credit for. Same with you guys. I'm just being open and honest. If you click that link now and go shopping on AppSumo, if you haven't been there on someone else's link, I will receive a commission if you purchase anything out there. So this is how affiliate marketing works. And that's one way. That's only one way to apply this in real time and have it available. You could change this on the fly like I just did, so that if you want to send people over during a broadcast, you have this little thing booked over on the side. Now, the other thing you could do as well is take a make backend connection or boost space connection, connect it to Facebook to receive the notification in the comment, and then fire off the feed to have them go to a link. And that could show up as well the same way. So that's really all we're doing here. We're using code on the back end to connect to APIs, which are available for all of us to use when we need them, to access the back end content, manipulate that, and bring on output that we can all use to move ahead is really what it comes down to. So if there's any questions, I'll take a quick moment to see how it's going out there while I catch up on the feed. But for now, I just want to really stress that there are many ways that these bots can be trained. And a lot of people don't really understand how deep it goes. It's not just a chat widget. It's not just a thing that talks back and forth and gives you answers about the website anymore. these have become real live virtual assistants. And with the new component, the voice component, what's done on this end is much different. Okay. The bot has been trained primarily to New Oaks to understand New Oaks. But if you brand this yourself now, you're going to want to then change up what the prompting would be to enable that voice call. You're going to want to call her something else if you want, if you're going to use a female voice. In my case, I'm going to actually call her Candid because I've been using Candid across the board. New AI assistant for Best Studios, okay, or Best Live TV I could do in this case as well because that's my DBA. And when I do, I don't want the trademark in there because you might speak it. So here it's going to be where you're going to really have to decide how much you want her to talk, reduce it, make it humanized. Use that keyword. That's a key word to use when you're developing. I literally mean that. Humanize your mission or your project to be warm, friendly tone. Humanize your tone. I mean, there's ways that you can develop a much more humanistic bot, let's say. And you want to do that as much as possible. Limit the amount of stuff it says. Don't give it this big long, just hello, can I help you today? How do people answer the phone? If you're adding more content than you need to, you're just going to get charged for it. So you want to make sure you're succinct and to the point. So let's see what Michael sounds like.
Hi, this is your AI assistant, Michael. How can I help you today?
You guys might be able to hear it, but I don't have my plug going, so you probably can. Let's see. Maybe you can't. No, you can't. So let's let you hear the voice real quick.
Hi, this is your AI assistant, Michael. How can I help you today?
So that's Michael. Maybe you heard it the first time too, I guess. It's very possible you did. And maybe you heard it twice there, but I would probably use like Alex. She seems a little more down to earth.
Hi, this is your AI assistant, Alex. How can I help you today?
You see what I mean? So she's only repeating what was there before. This has not been saved. So she wasn't, and this example only uses a particular phrase. It's not what's written here in the text, though. I believe if you save it and you come back to it, it should have the context that you saved in there. And then you can also get the preview. So you just want to make sure you're very logical and mindfully oriented when you come in here and decide how your prompt's going to be. Now that's where we at Best Studios do other things for the sake of those. And to get an idea what I mean by that, we also created AIO Prompt Bot, which is another place that we send people when necessary for the sake of if they can't figure out how to do that. Now, this might not be working right now, by the way. I was in the back end and I probably broke it today because I was changing up some other stuff. But I want to give you guys an idea of how we developed a product here. Okay, this was built on Late Node and a form. And that was it. And what I mean by Late Node is another one of those back-end platforms that we deal in and we are partners with. And it's another no-code automation platform, very similar to Make, which allows us to build things like what we do here. And I'll show you just briefly what we've built over here as the prompt bot. And the prompt bot is very similar to the post bot, but in this case, it builds prompts instead of posts. What it does is you fill in a form, it shows a bunch of variables to the form, and then a generative AI, master AI, develops a prompt for a worker AI that then spits out a result that gets emailed and stored and all that good stuff so that people know how to put a prompt. And this is the form that you would fill out. You can go take a look at this at aiopromptbot.com if you'd like. So this was a product that was built by having a simple form application and a flow application, and then building a website interface so that you could add the form, tell people how it works, and you can buy it. I mean, it's there and available at a cheap price, but this isn't something I like just promote. It's something I usually give to people to use as a business partner or whatever so that they can build prompts for their bots. So I'm just kind of giving you the rundown. This is how I shop. And if you guys are questioning what to go buy on Black Friday or, hey, Nasir, what's going on, dude? Or on Monday for Cyber Monday, then that's why I come out here. It's to try and help you guys, decode all of this stuff that gets offered at this time. What's the tool or service called? Which one are you talking about, Alfredo? I mean, it's all on the screen. I don't understand. Those questions are kind of arbitrary. I'm looking at newoaks.ai and Boost Space or Boost.space, which are kind of obvious by the presentation. That's where you're going to go get them. SaaSzilla.com is where you'll find the special deal right now for New Oaks, and the other is here on Boost Space at AppSumo. So again, you have a choice. If you want to find this deal, simply head over to the chat on New Oaks. He says here he's running the Black Friday deal for their on-site deal. So if you want to get a deal off their pro plan and just buy one bot, head over here to the pricing plan. You're going to see if you buy the annual, you're going to get a discount. Okay. Now it says 20% here, but I think Ray's going to have to fix that. It should actually be 30. And then the annual plan is literally 50% off for the first year. So the regular price is $228. You're going to get it for $114. And I don't get nothing, so just remember that. I'm just here to help Ray. So you're going to want to grab the code. There's a coupon code here for the single user. If you just want to grab 3 months off at 30% for the monthly plan, you can get that just to check it out. I mean, but again, you could just go over, sign up for a free account, get in as soon as possible. And you can see here, I have a lot of that going on. So if I head into a bot, let me just show you one other thing. So let's touch on white label. Let's say we were back here again. And this is what we're going to cover at the white label intensive. I'll show you that before I leave. We create a front end just like Ray. So it would look like this if we didn't do it any other way. It would look like the front end of New Oaks, which is this with our brand on it. We would have the widget if we paid for the additional voice application features as well. All right. But if we didn't want to do that, we can hide the demo page, which I'm doing in my account. And you probably wonder why. What does that do? Well, you saw when I log out, all I have is the login. Okay, but you didn't see my brand on it, right? All right, let's head over to my brand. AIOchatbots.com. All right. Now you're going to see something completely different. This doesn't look anything like New Oaks, right? That's because this is not the New Oaks front end. Like I was just showing you, this is the New Oaks front end. This is what it looks like. This is what your product will look like if you buy the white label and put your brand on it and leave that switch off. If you put it on, it can take 24 hours. It will just turn into the login screen. And that login screen will be on a domain of your choice. And what that means is you come up with a login page where it logs into the system. And you connect that to the back end of New Oaks, and they then allow you to log in through your own page or account end. And what I mean by that is, let's go back to AIO Chatbots. Here's my account, literally from the outside. I built a website. This is what I sell. I sell chatbots, okay? And I tell you why I sell chatbots. And I also have Alex on the front end here that you can talk to and say, here, let's see. Hey, let's get the allowance for the mic. Hey, how's it going, Alex?
Hello, this is Alex from Best Studios.
Okay, you're going to be able to hear it. I didn't want to play it back here.
I understand. How can I assist you?
Not sure. What can you do for me?
I'm here to help with any questions you might have about our AI bots, automations, and audio-video production services. How can I assist you today?
What if I were to say I want to buy a chatbot now?
That's great. We offer AIO chatbots which are specifically trained to your business's brand. You can buy a single chatbot or multiple depending on your needs. Would you like more information on pricing or features?
I'd like to get the pricing. Could you email that to me?
I can provide the pricing for you right now. For one AIO chatbot, it's $250 one time or $25 per month. Would you like?
I interrupted her. How are you doing? I didn't mean to interrupt. Yeah, I'd like just one chatbot for the monthly. What would that run me up front?
For one AIO chatbot, on a monthly plan, it would be $25 per month. Would you like more details on our chatbot?
Yeah, just email that to me at beststudiosllc@gmail.com.
Got it. I'll email the monthly chatbot pricing details to you at beststudiosllc@gmail.com. If you have any more questions, feel free to ask.
No, that's it. Thanks. I appreciate it, Alex. Take care.
You're welcome. If you need anything else, feel free to reach out. Have a great day.
All right, you too. I mean, is it a little weird that I'm talking like that to an AI? I'm not sure, but I think you guys get the point, right? Showing me your lives? Yeah, I hope so. I'm glad. What's up, Hilton? Nice to see you, bud. So that just hopefully gives you a little better idea of how now I have interfaced with New Oaks, but how am I looking different? Well, the interface is connected to the backend domain, so it's familiar with where the widget needs to show up. The chatbot widget has been added to the website so that the secret agent, in this case, this is not my Best Studios chatbot. This is a different chatbot that's been trained completely different to a different brand. So in this case, it's what is AIO, not Best Live TV. So in this case, it's able to answer everything about my brand, knows exactly what it is, how much for a chatbot. Oops. And it should be in exact unison, and it may not be. We're going to find out in a second. So you got to train them right. Let's just see how it responds. So there it is, 25 a month, 75 a month, or $2,500 one-time fee to train it at $175 a month for unlimited. So you can see how I've increased the price for myself so that I can sell them at my cost and still gain a profit. Now, how do I get into my account if I'm over here on this build that looks nothing like Ray's build, and yet I'm supposedly selling Ray's bots? Well, I simply log into my account, and here I am. That easy. It's just about back ending it and putting a front end interface on it. That's all that switch allows you to do. And you're just going to a link that's no different than the account link that you would log into over at New Oaks. Okay. And I hope that makes sense, because that's how you really white label a product. As you can see, it's the same exact interface. Everything on the inside would be the same as if it were a New Oaks account. But now it's branded to me. And whenever I sell bots, I sell them under my brand. So if you were to go to AIO chatbots, you would pay more for a bot from me than you would from Ray. And when I say that with a grain of salt. If you're an existing customer and I'm a white label owner, I now have the ability to build whatever bot I want for you. And I can charge whatever I want for it. And I can bill you whatever I want for it. So if you're a good client or customer, or you're a good friend or family, obviously you can make something for someone at no cost once you've paid a one-time price, or you're paying a very minimal monthly price that's already being covered by one or two customers that you have in the system. Then there's no concern over how you build these things. You can add new workspaces in here by adding new OpenAI and Claude keys, setting new pricing plans, even free plans of your own, so that you can decide how you sell your bots. You could sell several brands of bots within the same account. This is something that I haven't even done myself yet. And the way that's done on the white label is you come down to the domains, and what you do is you actually configure multiple domains. And when you do so, you have to pay an additional monthly fee, and you can find that over on the pricing schedule. Don't get me wrong. So if you head to pricing and you scroll down past some of this, okay, these are, again, company-owned, single-use New Oaks AI bot pricing. Okay, this is not a white label build for $299 a month. That's unheard of. What you would do is come down here again. If you're using more than 500 files or 10,000 web pages, you're going to want to contact them for enterprise level stuff. As far as adding, certain things like a recruiting agent that's already built into the back end, it's an additional fee. If you want the leasing agent that's already built on the back end, includes Twilio numbers and 20 minutes of voice every month, that's an additional fee. Missed callbacks, additional fee. Custom domains. This is where you can add more domains so that you could build bots across an entire platform of domains, whether it's AIO chatbots, AIO agents, AIO chatme bots, AIO logon bots, whatever you want to call them. You could have 100 different accounts out there trying to sell bots with the hopes that somebody's going to find one of those brands and develop on that brand and go, I really love this brand, and start talking about it. Then you can start to shut down some of the other ones that you might have added in there over time, or leave them all duplicated and running at the same level and doing all the same things with different brand names and really being non-competitive. The white label is an expensive feature. That's why I'm telling you guys now. And this, again, is your last chance. You got 2 days. Remember that old movie with John Cusack? You got 2 days. No, it was $2. He wanted his $2. But you can see I own a white label revenue sharing program. So this subscription is mine for life. I sit here and I get to do whatever I want with the New Oak system, plus some extra costs that come along as well, based on the package that I got. So again, if I can teach anything, when I say something's good, I haven't been developing or working with software and UI interfaces for a good part of most of my life, since I was about 19. 35 years I've spent at least working with software and being a UI interface beta tester, developer of sorts. I'm now building my own software SaaS as well. You can see some of the stuff that I've managed to build simply out of white label software. And some of that is all present here at AIO. And one of those things is the AIO Academy, which I will be hosting next week. And this is where people are going to be able to stop by and actually learn a lot about New Oaks. And this is how I'm going to do it and best serve the public along with myself, so that I'm not feeling like I'm just out here exhausting all of my energies and resources to people who come by every now and then and get what they get. I want to see people actually benefit from it and learn from it and be able to build a brand. I see a lot of people out here struggling with the concept of building a chatbot business or working with AI in a business and making it something you can sell. So we've decided to finalize and put together the AIO Academy, and that's going to be an all-in-one platform with interactive assignments, unlimited access, and that's for the life of the program. When somebody says lifetime, what you'll find there's two different things. And this is where I'm going to warn you about SaaS purchases out on SaaSzilla or AppSumo. Lifetime deal is just that, the lifetime of the deal, not the lifetime of yourself. Okay. A lot of people tend to misconstrue that if you buy a lifetime package, that means I get to operate that software for the rest of my life. And I'll never have to pay again. Well, look at it this way. These developers have come out to create a business based on a whim, and they're starting to develop a software package known as a SaaS, software as a service. And so they need capital. They need people to invest in them so that they can finalize the product, put it on the shelf, and hope that people really like what they end up building in the end. That's what people do at SaaSzilla. That's what people do at AppSumo. They take a pretty big cut too in that process. So these guys aren't making a big chunk of change when they go to these places to develop this, capital that they need. And so we, as other SaaS developers or front-end developers or users of the system to build other systems, we come into AppSumo, we go to SaaSzilla and other places. There's plenty of them. I'll lead you on to those later. We go there so that we get things at cost or less, and then we work well with the team. That's great. Then we develop a rapport with the people who are building the product. Over and over and over, I go to places like Ken, and this is not to knock Ken, okay? And I'm not going to use his last name, but there's a guy out there named Ken. He has an AppSumo site, and he runs it all day long. There's a lot of users in that site, and they always dropping, what deal's going on AppSumo. There are others like them. I will have one myself, but it will be much different. They go out and they just drop all these deals so that they can make affiliate commissions off of AppSumo. They pay like $50 a pop if you have a good deal going out, is what they're going to give you if you sell one for them. My idea is I'm not there to make the money, but I will. But my idea is to show you guys the best possible deals without losing your butt, because a lot of these companies are sending out what they're calling with a what is it, Hilton? What is it, with a heavy heart is the new phrase. These SaaS companies go down and out real fast, okay, if they can't develop MRR, which we talked about earlier. What that means is that if they're not selling a product that people are paying them for monthly, even though they just sold a bunch of lifetime offers to a bunch of people who are now gaining from the product, they're being able to sell like crazy on a product they hardly paid anything for. Now they go to these places like Ken's and they hang out and they complain when a company goes down. Well, the reason the company went down is because nobody paid them enough money to keep it going. They all wanted the lifetime pay once forever and never pay you again, never be part of the community, never work with you to help build better features. Just gimme. Here's my $15. I want lifetime everything. Okay. This is what we run into all the time. And people complain, and these websites boost that in the algorithms because that's what we see. We go in there and we see, so-and-so shut down again. And here's another one just shut down again. And here's a third that just shut down again. And people are complaining that they lost all their money. Well, that's because they didn't do their due diligence. do their due diligence. Try to say that 10 times fast. And you have to in order to understand the SaaS market or the lifetime deal offer market out here, where these companies are fresh, they're new, they're kids, they're starting out. They'll make a lot of money real fast, and they'll either blow it or they'll invest it. And if they invest it properly back into the business and they build the right team, you could end up with products that will blow you away. And I'll show you what I mean by that. Let's just scroll down to the bottom of AppSumo, and maybe this will make it easy for you. Maybe it won't, but I thought they would have that advertised down there. If you weren't familiar with the fact that AppSumo is where software like Zapier and MailChimp and Intercom and several others got their start, and people are out there paying $100 a month and plus and up for those software packages now, that were, I believe, Descript was offered on one of these. TaskMagic is still being, that's another one. I'll say this much. I don't use TaskMagic, but I know a lot of people that do. This is very similar, so I should offer this. I'll put another link out for this one as well, because I can drop one. You guys can go get it yourself without my link, but I'll put one under this when I'm done. This is a build also. Look at the price on this. $1,599 to get in on a $10,000 build. And I'll tell you why they put this price tag on it in just a minute, because I have a build of what this would be. This is a software package very similar to Zapier, only it also incorporates browser automations as well, which allows you to manipulate your desktop and have it automate your entire desktop through clicking through processes that you would do normally every day. And then you connect those to workspaces that on the back end are built into a system called Active Pieces. All right. Now we have a build of Active Pieces of our own that we've put on because it's a community build. You're able to go open source this thing and construct it yourself if you'd like. Okay. Here, I'll put this on light mode so you guys can see it a little better. Okay. So Active Pieces is basically a backend flow builder. This is how we work on one of our post bots. So very similar to Zapier, or Pabbly more so in this case. It's a vertical flow builder. So you're basically able to see what kind of content you're building on the back end to make something happen without your knowledge. And in this case, it goes through a bunch of code and receives records, and then it builds a post out on a WordPress site. And I can show you that post real simply. Just go over to AIOCRM site and scroll down for the blog. What you'll see is a couple of posts that I had generated from the AI that you just saw. That little build that I just showed you generated this with links to the resources that it used for the statistics. I didn't touch it. It wrote this all itself. I just let it do it. And I'll just leave this as AI admin, so you'll know that these are posts that are done by AI typically, or it'll say post created by. And it may be one of the other blog posts show up that way. So this is an automated feature set that I've built so that I don't have to ever post to my WordPress site. He'll do it for me. And it can be based off articles that I drop a link for. And it'll summarize. So here it says content produced by ChatGPT-4 Plus. And so that way I'm at least adhering to some sort of form of normalcy and letting people understand that I didn't write this content by hand. But it is, valuable content. And here's my AIO chatbots, obviously back here. So I have a portal that I've built for the entire umbrella of services that I have. I also offer AIO agents, and then there's the Academy, like I mentioned. And what'll drop on Monday will be the plan for New Oaks. And you'll see a bigger price than what you're going to see on Monday, just so you know, because it's still into production. And what I'm going to do is this intensive is going to be something that is going to it's going to contain 10 modules in total. So let me just kind of summarize where I wanted to go with this. I'm going to actually take it over to the course link and let you see. So I intended on pricing this out at $500, which is going to contain, like I said, 10 modules, quiz after every 2 modules, and then a final test at the end with a certificate, which isn't a certification, but it is something to say that you've at least gone through a full understanding of the New Oak system, so that you better apply the white label aspect. Now, this might not be for your typical everyday user, and we will probably offer smaller courses over time for those that aren't catching up with the YouTube videos and the podcasts and just the times where I try to come out live whenever I can, or just ask simple questions in the community. This will get cut down by at least half. It'll probably be under $250 on Monday. And that'll be something that I'll give a coupon code for. So in this case, I think it's going to be New Oaks AI. Let's just confirm that. So if you put New Oaks AI in the code for the coupon and apply it, there we go. So that's what it's going to do for you on Monday. So I'm just finishing up some of the interior content. And again, this is not a recorded program. You're paying for a live intensive, which is to say it could be up to 5 hours in length one day, or it could be 5 days at an hour each day. I haven't decided yet. But that's going to allow me to drop 13 lessons on you, with probably 8 of those or 10 of those being video content at 1080p. 5 quizzes, 5 assignments, and some drops of PDF files and things that you guys will be able to reference. Some of it will just be stuff that's available in New Oaks already as content that you could research on your own, but I've kind of just put it in a PDF and made it formatable so that you can just grab it and read it, in front of you if you need to. I'll probably leave that coupon open for the rest of the year. I don't like Black Friday deals that end too fast, because I think a lot of people miss an opportunity due to holiday or work schedules, things like that. I don't like to see people miss out on a good thing. So if I can keep the offer going as long as I can and people stick around, then I will go ahead and do that. And then we're going to access a community as well after the fact. We hope to have this community up and running by that time, where we're going to have some rooms available, like the AI Automate, the SaaS Hub, the BLTV Green Room. And we're just going to kind of open. It's like a school community, you might say. And we do have a school build that we're considering. But this is just an active community build for like 100 people. If I want to upgrade this, I can, but I haven't yet. Again, another lifetime deal offer that I managed to get my hands on that allows me to build as many courses as I want for the rest of the period I'm able to, consider this my authorship. So I finally decided, let's get in and use this the way it should be used. And I'm applying it the way it should be applied. And that's really how I built my system out. It takes a lot to take the effort to take these applications and put them together and make a business out of it. But I'm giving you an opportunity right now, honestly, to go grab probably 3 of the best apps you're going to find. Now, this one uses a community build of active pieces on the back end, which I just showed you a minute ago. The reason it's so considered so expensive at that level is because if you were to go and build that yourself, now you can do it for free. Don't get me wrong. I showed you right here. That was one you can get a free account for. Where'd my other one go? Oh, shoot. I logged out of it somewhere. Here, let me just go over to. So I have, the active pieces build of my own, which I'm running on a Mac 1 server here at home. This isn't on the cloud, but I also have it on the cloud, and I work from a version of my own that I don't pay for, because if you go to Active Pieces and actually look at their website and you understand code and you can build on Docker, you can build this out yourself for free, or you pay them. But what TaskMagic did was they went to Active Pieces and they paid them most likely $50,000 for a white label version of Active Pieces to plug into the back end of their interface, so that now they have the website version and the front end version. So they can scrape stuff by simply using the browser to log into content, like your accounts, and gather information, or connect on the back end with APIs and webhooks so that they can pull data from other sources. And in this case, again, unlimited features for the life of the product. Well worth what you'd be paying here to get what they're giving you in return as a product. Again, 3 days left. These guys come back every now and then, and with the product they have as an offering, they can. It's a capital grab. Remember that. Some of these AppSumo vendors will take advantage of AppSumo liens. They call us Sumo liens. And what that means is you'll find when these deals end terribly and someone bellies up a business because they didn't do well on their MRR, then they shut down. and your account gets closed, or they get bought out and your account gets reverted into a monthly account, and then you have to start to pay, and you just lose access to the lifetime deal because you were only granted it under a license. Remember that. You don't really own the software. You just own a license to it. Always go for 5-star review products and 5-star review products only. If you ever buy another product on AppSumo or SaaSzilla and it's not a 5-star product, and you come to me and ask me, well, it was terrible, no. You made the mistake of not doing your due diligence and making sure that the product you were going to buy was, one, built by a reputable company, two, looked like it had any possibility for success in the first place by the way it was being developed, by the notes that you see on the site about the honestly, if you go to any course, let's say I just pick a product, okay, Neuron, good product, honestly. It's got a lot of 5-star reviews. Another one I can highly recommend, but I don't use it, so I don't recommend it. That's the only reason I don't recommend it. But here, plans, features from the founders, questions, reviews. This is where you want to go, okay? Head over here. Questions. What are the questions people are asking the developer about the product? All right, are they asking the right questions? Are they asking the questions you're asking in your own mind? Or should you be asking those questions here? Yes, you should. The reviews. It's going to give a little brief AI review of how the summarization of how everybody's coming through on their comments is being received by the website. This is a good analysis of how well it's doing. See here, there are a few hiccups. Okay. So obviously they had some problems during development. It wasn't working well, so people were complaining. All right. 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Get rolling out. Oh, there's a 4-star. And if you keep going, which there's going to be a lot of, make sure you check. There's 757 reviews here. Don't forget to go back in time. Make sure you're looking at a process. So 5-star, 5-star, 5-star. Looks like a fantastic product. Amazing, period. Bam. The likelihood that this product, Neuron, is going to go out of business is very unlikely. All right. So you have 4 days to head over here and get this writing software that includes, if you look at the tags that it helps you produce, it looks like a WordPress plugin, perhaps. Or it could just be an interface to produce WordPress style content. All fully tagged. Looks like it's got data enrichment. So you're building up, looks like you're building up your articles, your queries, and getting a bunch of content data for building content for reviews and affordable. Yeah, it's doing reviews and everything. So you could do a lot of stuff with this. Connects to Zapier, Google Sheets, AI table, like I was mentioning. Again, we use that exclusively for a lot of stuff over Google Sheets because it's like Airtable on steroids in some ways. And these apps also let you build your own chatbots, something even GPT starting to do. And that's where we're going to head in the nearest future as I continue to grow out Best Live TV, BestAiTV, and Best Studios, is so that you guys get a little better understanding of how to shop for this stuff. Because I've been doing it for decades, and I see too many people, go to these SaaS websites, SaaS Facebook groups. They get recommendations from people who think they know the world about software just because they bought an application for $10 and think, oh, you got to go get this. It's $10. If you don't get it, you're stupid. No, you might just piss away $10 if you don't know what you're buying. So don't be that guy that's going out there just buying every cool little deal they see for dirt cheap, thinking that you're going to get a product that's going to last a lifetime and you're never going to have to pay for that, and then go build your business on that. That's like building on sand, okay? Nobody should build on sand. All right. I'm going to take a little break today, but I will probably come back out here shortly. I wanted the folks over at New Oaks to get a good feel for what's going on. Now, we will be going through and developing, like I said, a bunch of videos during this process. I know Ray is also building out a Udemy course. He's asked me to get involved as well with helping him work on that. So the likelihood that you're going to see those videos we kept promising for a long time over at New Oaks are going to finally come to fruition. So what my hopes are moving forward is this. Head over to Best Studios LLC. There's a little form down there at the bottom. It's honestly just so that I know who's watching, who's interested, who's getting a feel for AI. I'm not going to send you a bunch of stuff. This is just, if I do anything, I'm going to send you a notification when I go live so that you guys know I'm here. If you're missing the marks, if you want to get notifications, just follow me here on Facebook at Leland J. Best, We're out on YouTube at both BestAiTV and Leland Best Live. It should be Leland Best Live Video. I'm not sure what's out there. You can find Leland Best Live on Facebook as well. That's where I used to broadcast a lot. I hate to just dump that channel because it has a lot of connections on it with people that may benefit from some of the stuff that I have here. But what my hopes are is we're going to dig really deep into AI and chatbots and SaaS software and white labeling and all that really cool stuff that people don't get a chance to learn normally. It's not something they teach in school. It's something you have to put your feet in and get wet or muddy, depending on where you start. I don't want to see you stepping in the poo-poo. So let's keep you out of there and we'll just move ahead. Again, the offer will drop Monday. I'm going to wrap up the loose ends on it. I hope you guys are interested. And if you're not, just watch my feeds. I mean, you'll be able to learn a lot from the YouTube videos and when I show up. But otherwise, if you're asking why you need to follow me, you can follow my About Me page. If you just check it out, I don't know if you guys are familiar with that. I'm going to leave this. So if you want to know a little bit more about me, there's a link you can follow. I think I've put it somewhere. I should put it on my website, and I need to maybe update that a little bit, but that might give you guys a little better idea why I come out here and why I do what I do and where I've come from. And I'll tell you that story as I continue to move along out here on the internet. So thanks for coming, everybody. Hilton, Nazim, Nasir, Alfredo, all you guys that have stopped by today. And I hope many more do as the days move ahead. Michael as well. Thanks a lot for stopping by. I do appreciate your support. And things will just get better as we continue to grow out here at Best Studios and AIO. We're looking forward to it. So bring your best game. We'll bring ours. And we'll see you in the next video. Take care, everyone. We'll see you in the next broadcast.